only time I have ever gotten stung by a bee or wasp. I'm still not quite sure to this day what it was. It was a beautiful sunny summer hot evening. My mom and I were out picking blueberries. So we went to the checkout and there was a mannequin with a t-shirt that they were selling on it. I reached out to touch a tag that was dangling from the shirt. I looked away while I was reaching for it. Never look away when you're reaching for something, because as I was reaching for it, I felt a sting right on the palm of my hand. I wasn't sure how to react, so I looked at my mom and I told her I'd been stung. So we get into the car, we look over into the field because it's right next to the parking lot, and there's a school bus and about 20 kids running around screaming. We knew then what had happened. One of the kids had messed with a hornet nest. All I can say is I'm pretty sure that was the teacher's worst nightmare. Timmy, if you're still out there, please don't mess with nests. Just don't. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. It's a bit late, I'm kind of tired, but I thought I still need to film a video. I figured I would do a reaction video. I'm going to be watching 10 art hacks that will blow your mind and make your life easier. Now, being an artist, anything that can help make my life easier is a must-have. And this is by a YouTuber who has 1.76 million subscribers. I've watched her before. She makes amazing paintings, but I have great difficulty pronouncing the name. Makoccino. Makoccino? Is it Makoccino maybe? I don't know, but it looked interesting and I thought maybe there's something in here that I don't know about. So that is what we are going to watch. The video will show up right here. Let's get started.
Do you also have this problem where you try to draw something super small and tiny, but your pencil is just way too thick to create any details? And even if you sharpen it, the lead is still either too thick or it just breaks off while you draw, especially when you use colored pencils for coloring. So frustrating.
She gets us. She understands. She understands. This is a huge pain. I mean, and apart from this, really, I think a big challenge is finding a good pencil sharpener that won't eat up your lead like it's a bag of Doritos.
And who wants to waste precious art supplies, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry. There's a super cool sharpener I discovered just recently that will solve all your problems. It's pretty small, but so powerful. The sharpener comes with 5 different settings. Each setting sharpens the pencil to a certain length depending on which setting you choose and on how intricate the picture is that you want to draw without breaking the pencil or snapping the lead. Instead of exposing the pencil lead and making it more fragile by sharpening the point, this sharpener only focuses on the lead while adjusting only the wooden part of the pencil. The sharpener also has a small container to catch any pencil dust and shavings that you can remove, and an additional setting where you can close the opening so nothing falls out. Just don't shake it too super hard or it might open. By the way, everything that I mentioned in this video is linked in the description box down below.
I'll put this in the description for you guys. I don't have one. This is actually, that's quite interesting.
Probably one of the toughest things next to drawing the other eye. Am I right?
Oh, the other eye. There could be a horror film written about that. The other eye. You know, you sit there and you draw this perfect eye, and then we try to draw the other. Yeah, and drawing hands are a big challenge.
Spend a fortune on overpriced wooden hand mannequins that probably won't even work properly. Don't worry, I have another cool hack for you that will definitely help you improve your drawings. All you need is a white plastic glove that you can use as a reference. And no, not like that. You can use this simple plastic glove to turn your own hand into an actual useful hand mannequin with all the proportions that are important to keep in mind. Put on a glove that fits perfectly your hand. If it's way too big, the wrinkles might be in the way. I had to use a hair tie to shrink it a little. Now you can go ahead and create guidelines on your hand. You can start by creating a guideline for the wrist, and from here outline the shape around your thumb by feeling it through the glove. And then you can add more lines wherever you feel your knuckles and joints, and connect the tip of your fingers through the center with a line leading towards your wrist. You can also look up a reference picture on the internet if you find it easier. And to be able to use the hand for drawing the left and the right hand, repeat all the steps on the other side. This DIY hand mannequin is great if you want to practice drawing hands by focusing on the proportions. It will help you to identify how long the fingers should be, where to add certain lines, and how fingers look when you move them in a certain way.
Okay, that's a great idea. If you have trouble drawing hands, use that. I mean, all you need is a glove, and at this day and age, I'm pretty sure we all have some spare latex gloves laying around.
Like painting with acrylic paint, but because it dries so quickly, this is how your mixing palette looks in the end. Super messy, heavy from all the dried layers of paint, and just hard to tell what color you're mixing between all this mess. All I need to fix this problem is a picture frame. No, not to admire it, but to use it as a mixing palette. Remove the backside and the inside of the frame so you only have the glass part left. Do not cut yourself on the edges. You can either keep the glass inside the frame or use some tape that you can attach all around the edges.
Masking tape?
It's important to use a frame with actual glass inside for this hack to work. That's why we need to cover the edges to avoid any accidents. Now you can place a white sheet below to reveal the true colors of your paints and then use it as a mixing palette. You might think, well, okay, now this glass is full of paint, isn't it the same as with the other palettes you just showed us? No, because now you only need the last missing piece, and that's a razor scraper. With its help, you can simply scrape off all the dried layers of paint until the glass is clean again. Sometimes you can't just wash off the paint with water, so this little trick can come in handy. I've seen lots of oil artists use this trick, and they even like to collect these little paint shavings in a jar. And maybe that's something for you as well.
Good idea. The only suggestion I would have, or an alternative to this, if you don't want to scrape stuff off glass with a sharp razor, I've seen where you can take you could take a piece of cardboard, just a big square of cardboard, take some cellophane, wrap it around, and then use that as a palette, and then all you have to do is just unwrap the cellophane and toss it in the trash.
I have a mixing palette that you can easily clean and reuse, but what if you want to take a long break in between painting, or the painting process takes way too long that your paint just dries up on you? What you can use is this acrylic Keep Wet palette. You can get it from different brands and in different sizes. These Keep Wet palettes are covered palettes designed to keep acrylic paint moist and usable for days or even weeks.
Put a link for that in the description as well for you guys in case you wanted to check this out.
On a canvas not only looks great, but it can also take away a lot of space in your home. But have you heard about a canvas in the form of a pad? I know, I was mind blown as well when I first discovered it. It's basically a piece.
It's like she can look straight through the screen and just see me. I know, I was blown away as well. Well, it's very relatable. I honestly, I did not know that was an option.
Cotton canvas in form of a normal pad that you can use to paint with acrylics and oils, and then hang it up your wall by framing your artwork or just by keeping it in your folders. It has the same texture and it feels like a real canvas, just without the wooden frame. It's also great for planning on bigger projects that you can then paint on a big canvas.
That's it.
To save money, you can use.
This is going in my cart. This is going in my Amazon wish list, because wow. Look.
And did you know that you can basically turn anything into a surface that makes it possible for you to paint with watercolors? That's right. All you need is the watercolor ground by Daniel Smith that transforms almost any material in a paintable surface for watercolors. It makes it possible to paint on glass, plastic, metal, or you can even turn a canvas for acrylics into a canvas for watercolors. Simply apply the watercolor ground onto any surface of your choice and let it dry for about 24 to 48 hours. And then you can get creative with your watercolors. Here I only applied a thin layer so you can see a little bit of the brush strokes, so I would recommend to use either a sponge brush or a really big brush with soft bristles that can help you apply an even coat of watercolor ground onto any surface you want. And it's a great idea if you want to turn something super plain into a personalized and beautiful gift using watercolors.
Again, it'll be in the description.
Speaking of watercolors, have you ever wanted to mix a large amount of watercolors but it took you forever to fill in enough water into your mixing palette?
I've done
to
this
save your time and your nerves, all you need is either a syringe without a needle or a spoon. Sounds weird, but it's super helpful.
No, it
all
doesn't.
you need to do is suck up some water with the syringe and then you can use it to evenly distribute the water.
Boom.
Or you can also use a spoon to use it as a measurement. This will not only save you time, but it will also help you to make sure you use the same amount of water whenever you want to achieve the same transparency for your watercolors. And if you want to use a really vibrant and saturated color, you can use a spray bottle to activate the paint instead of your brush. Simply fill it with water and sprinkle a little bit of water onto the paints to activate them. This way you will only apply just enough water to activate the paint, but it will also help you to avoid using too much water and help you control the amount of paint you're using whenever you want to achieve a...
Yeah, do that. I've also had this issue. Man, this is good. What are you mad about? Anyway, yeah, you guys, do this.
Have you ever painted with watercolors and then realized that something looks totally off, or you just accidentally smudged a little bit of the paint but didn't know how to fix it?
Not yet, I'm just waiting for that day to come.
Instead of throwing the whole piece away or hating yourself for being clumsy, you can actually erase the paint. All you need is a sponge eraser. If you want to learn about this amazing hack and learn even more arts and crafts hacks that will make your life easier, check out the video linked in the info card right here or at the end of the video. You won't regret it. A huge shout out to Gwyneth. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, be sure to...
Wow, I'm not ready for that video to be over. I'm not sure what to try first. I hope she sees this video because I just want to say these are amazing and they really helped me. And they really helped my viewers too. I'm sure some of you guys were sitting there just... Thank you guys for watching. This was really fun. I feel like I need to do this more. If you guys see a video, maybe an art hacks video or a crafting video that you think that I should react to or even try, drop a link in the comments. Let me know and I will be sure to make a video on it and I'll even give you a shout out. I hope you guys have a beautiful evening and I will see you in the next video.